It was all Layla's fault.
On today's
Nerd North!
Welcome back, Nerd North. Today we are talking the predictions for Episode 6 of Moon Knight and how the ending of Episode 5 will tie into everything and make it all work together. And spoiler warning,
it's all Layla's fault.
That's right, it's all Layla's fault, and Papa North is going to explain to you how she got the wheels in motion for this Moon Knight story on Disney+.
No one would ever think of giving us a story where the woman's the bad guy. Sounds about right.
Now, Episode 5 was mostly split between the ship of Anubis, the asylum, and Stephen Grant's past, where he learned he was responsible for his younger brother's death as far as being able to look after him and taking him into the cave that flooded after his mother told him not to. And the other two halves were split up between Mark Spector and Stephen Grant, trying to escape the asylum while at the same time trying to turn the ship of Anubis before he had his soul judged.
Definitely wrong judge. Still wrong judge, but I would. Wishing it is the judge we got.
And with a shorter Episode 6 at 42 minutes, let Papa North explain to you how they're going to get around all the unresolved issues they still have left.
Not the same kind of issue resolving that involves shock therapy.
Now here's a quick list of issues that still needs to be resolved in 42 minutes, so let Papa North break down the time slots and let you know how this is going to go. 1.
Arthur Harrow.
That is right, Arthur Harrow is our big baddie of the show, and without resurrecting Ahmed as of yet, I am giving Arthur Harrow a 10-minute time slot out of this 42 minutes to bring this down to 32 minutes. 2.
Field of Reeds. That was my Field of Reeds I'd never be leaving.
That's right, at the end of Episode 5, Stephen Grant is stuck in the Field of Reeds before his ultimate judgment. Well, at the same time, Stephen Grant went over the side of the ship of Anubis and is now stuck in some sort of zombie land.
Wrong zombie land. Don't forget the double tap.
And for this alone, Papa North is going to dedicate another 10 minutes, bringing us down to 22 minutes left of this show. Number 3,
what happens with the other guy?
That's right, there is still lots of time left to see how the other gods will interact with Arthur Harrow and Ahmed when she's resurrected.
They're like 9 gods, they just didn't taste onto the stone for nothing.
That's right, these gods still have a major role to play in the show. Papa North thinks that they will be playing a major part in how they bring Mark Spector back. For this, I am dedicating 5 minutes to them, bringing us down to 27 minutes. Number 4,
Layla.
That's right, Mark Spector's love of his life, Layla, is a major part of who he is and the character we have grown to know. For this, I am giving her 5 minutes of screen time, bringing us down to 22 minutes. Number 5,
The Bushmaster. Hell yeah!
and finally, number 6.
The actual return of Moon Knight!
That's right, we're at Episode 6, and we have just had but a mere few minutes of the Moon Knight in this episode so far, and I think it's time for Disney Plus Marvel to step up and give the fans something that'll really get them going.
And after Obi-Wan Kenobi, believe me, there'll be a lot of fans going.
Hello there.
So for this, I am giving a dedicated full 5 minutes, plus to the Moon Knight, which will just leave us with a mere couple minutes to wrap up everything else. Now with all this in mind, it's time for you to put on your critical writing hat, put yourself in a story writer's position, and ask yourself, how would you resolve these issues? How many times have I seen in a horror flick where the big baddie tries to resurrect somebody just for that demon or what have you come back to kill the antagonist?
Not the antagonist. But I still would.
It just makes sense to Papa North to wrap up Arthur Harrow's story and still have Ahmed come and be resurrected. Is that when Ahmed in fact is resurrected, she will then go and judge Arthur Harrow, realize his soul is not here, taking him out of the equation.
Just like Brooklyn's finest, with less Richard Gere.
Now with the resurrection of Ahmed, I think the other gods are going to have no other choice but to get together, make a deal with him. Khonshu to bring him back to help restore the Moon Knight.
Tried to trick Elizabeth into it, but they couldn't Khonshu.
Just after they resurrect Mark Spector, but before he can turn into the Moon Knight, I do believe we will see a scene where Ahmed will actually try to judge Mark Spector to see the truth of his soul, but remembering that Stephen Grant was always in his head and not a physical another person, I believe that we will see Stephen Grant make one more return to pull a ruse on Ahmed and trick her into leaving the Mark Spector to return and do what he has to do to save the day. This is where we will see our goodbyes between the characters and all have a good ride.
And like the final episode of Mr. Belvedere. Wesley's losing his best friend.
Now for the big plot twist, what I do think we will see is we will find out it was actually Layla that hired the Bushmaster to kill her father.
Those daddy issues.
Possibly for him not taking her on their adventures and then hiring the Bushmaster to kill her father to retrieve the Scarab, unfortunately not knowing that Mark Spector would be there and having to take him out in the process. And I think by the end of this episode, we will see Mark Spector back in full control of the Moon Knight, no longer under the thumb of Khonshu, nor without Stephen Grant in his head.
Things are the feeling he would have had if he was inside with the Lord.
But Papa North, how can you be sure of all this? Well, in one of my earliest videos, Papa North did tell you
Mark Spector's mom was dead.
also in the last one,
Him and Stephen Grant would have to work together to escape the asylum.
and will also remind you that
I told you the whole asylum thing is just an allegory for the world between worlds and life and death.
but I thought you said Layla was pregnant.
Might be, but she's not converting my call.
But tell me what you think. This is just how Papa North critically thinks through a story with 42 minutes left to wrap up. But if you got a better theory, leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like in the comment, because the more likes and comments you leave, gives me more of a chance to make some great nerdy content for subscribers like you. And become part of the Nerd North community. If you got something to add, a talent you can help with the show, let us know here. We are trying to make the greatest community of nerds ever known.
You're watching the video, so hit subscribe. We're up to 40 here, and the phone is on their way to 50 and at 50 off. Couple off giveaways and live streams.
As always, a big shout out to the Rezonator for our Nerd North theme song.
Currently free to fight in Ottawa. His links are in the description below. Follow me on Nerd North crew.
And until next time,
Nerd North!